Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to make the most amazing fried chicken from home. To start with, in a small bowl, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of salt, then a teaspoon of paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper, black pepper, and then half a teaspoon of celery salt. All right, I have 2 drumsticks and 3 thighs. I'm just going to pat them down and then put them in a shallow baking dish. Once we finish that for all the chicken, I'm going to split the seasoning into 2 different bowls. And then with half of the seasoning mixture, we're just going to season both sides of the chicken. Make sure to just kind of push on in the seasoning a little bit and make sure it's stuck to the chicken. Once we've seasoned both sides of the chicken, then we're just going to gently pour over 2 cups of buttermilk and then wrap it in some plastic wrap and put it in the fridge for 3 or 4 hours. But if you're making this ahead of time, you could leave it in overnight. For me, I'm going to leave it in the fridge for 4 hours, and then at the 2-hour mark, I'm going to flip all of the pieces of chicken over. Once the chicken is out of the fridge, I'm going to add 1 cup of flour with a teaspoon and a half of baking powder, and I'm going to add the second half of the seasoning mixture and just mix it all together. All right, next step, we're just going to shake off any extra buttermilk and then add it to our flour mixture. And then you'll see, but I'm going to pat in kind of a lot of the flour, move it around a little bit. It kind of helps with the crust. You kind of want some of those ridges of the flour and buttermilk. Then we're just going to complete the same process for all of the chicken. Another option, if you didn't want to do it in the bowl, is you get a paper bag, add the flour, and then just add each piece of chicken one by one and do it that way. Also, I'm going to leave the full recipe in the description below. All right, now we have the beautiful pieces of chicken. They are ready to fry. Now in a cast iron pan, I'm going to add about 3/4 of an inch of oil and then heat it up to 375 Fahrenheit. Then once our oil gets to temperature, I'm just going to gently add in the chicken. Make sure not to overcrowd the pan too much. I'm just going to do 3 pieces in one batch and then 2 pieces in another. And then after about 6 minutes, we're going to flip over the chicken. Our chicken is looking really good. We have a beautiful golden brown color. Then we're going to cook the chicken for 12 minutes total, so we're going to do 6 minutes on each side. And keep in mind when you're frying on a pan, you might need to adjust the temperature a little bit. So, if it's getting a little bit too hot or it's not really bubbling, you can just kind of change the temperature a little bit. Once the fried chicken is done, I'm just going to add it to a little tray with paper towel on it. Then we can start the second batch. Also, if you wanted to do this recipe and fry, but you don't have a thermometer at home, you could just use a little cube of bread, a little piece, and just if you add it to oil and it sizzles but doesn't burn right away, then it should be good to go. All right, our second batch is done cooking and it has a beautiful color all around. All right, here's a plate of our fried chicken. It looks amazing. It was super easy to make. Definitely recommend giving this a try.
That is super good, guys. That's really, really tasty. Super crunchy, has a great flavor. KFC, Popeyes has nothing on this. Give it a try. Let me know how it turns out. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.